Do you ever remember yourself screaming your head off in the middle of an argument? I don't think it's very possible to answer no to that question. The importance of the topic of discussion for us or our past experiences determine our reactions. If it is something that we personally care about, or something that has traumatized us in the past, you are expected to be angry. Because if we are experiencing a situation similar to what we experienced in the past, we may be reacting now in a way that we regret not reacting in the past. Of course, our physiological state at that moment also determines our reaction. It is more difficult to stay calm when you are sleep-deprived, hungry, etc. Sometimes our reaction is determined by who the other person is. We don't react the same way to everyone. If the other person's tone and intentions are bad, this can force us to react extra. Have you ever marveled at people who can stay very calm in arguments? How do you think they do it? Let's answer all these questions. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I want you to pause the video and subscribe. Have you ever wondered how a tree protects itself from a storm? How can a tree resist when garbage cans, roofs of houses, people, animals, everything around it is blown away? It's the tree's roots that do that. The roots cling so tightly to the soil that they don't move. Just like a tree, we too have roots. We can protect ourselves from storms with these roots. Our inner world is like these roots. It is this inner world that protects us from the storm outside. The stronger and richer this inner world is, the easier it is to stay calm. Calm is not a passive state, as you might think. It's an active choice, just as speaking in anger is an active choice. And the ability to remain calm is a greater virtue and strength. With a little effort, you can get rid of whatever is troubling you and bring your mind back to the present moment. To do this, we must first learn to control our reaction. To control our reaction, we must first control our thoughts and feelings. If we fail to do that, our emotions will control us. And that leads us to do things we later regret. First of all, if we can, we need to get away from the environment that is causing us discomfort. It's not really an escape. It's protecting ourselves from ourselves. Because any mistake we make will hurt us the most. And our feelings at that moment are fleeting, like a cloud. We won't find them there after a while, even if we want to. Have you ever experienced that your anger towards someone you are very angry and resentful towards leaves you after a few days? Even if we want to get angry, we can't get angry with that person. If we can't get away from that environment, a good option would be to wait for 1 to 2 seconds before responding. Afterwards, a deep breath taken by feeling can reduce the impact of the storm. It may sound strange at first to think that just a simple breath will solve this situation. But when you try it, you will experience for yourself how well it works. But for those of you who want to know the scientific rationale, here's a little explanation. When we breathe deeply, our parasympathetic nervous system is activated, and the level of cortisol, an important stress-related hormone, decreases. This can prevent overstimulation of the fight or flight response and increase feelings of calmness. In fact, let's give it a try. Now close your eyes for a moment and slowly take a deep breath. Imagine the breath as water filling your lungs and feel it releasing any tension or anxiety that may have taken up residence inside you when you exhale fully. You will feel your chest rising and falling gently. With each breath, you will notice the life force coursing through your body, permeating every cell and fiber of your being. You feel calmer now, don't you? Afterwards, remember this. Life is the ability to be happy despite setbacks and difficulties. Yes, there is happiness in our lives. But to understand the importance of happiness, sometimes we have to be unhappy. We are going to build our lives on happiness, and we are going to try to somehow remove any negative situation that comes on top of it. Because our happiness is our responsibility. Being happy is a choice, just like staying calm. When changes need to happen in your life, instead of resisting them, we should feel the wind behind us and move with it. Mark Zuckerberg says, "Change is like a roller. If you don't become part of this roller, you become part of the path that this roller corrects." Change is not something we need to resist. We need to accept it and see it as an opportunity for growth. We have the power to cope even in the most challenging circumstances. Knowing that you are in control keeps you free from fear. Fear or anger can cause you to react impulsively in the wrong way. Being in control allows you to be the rational person who witnesses the situation, rather than the emotional person who is in the situation. And that allows you to be more deliberate, more focused on what you're going to do next. The other thing is that maybe we are at fault. This pause can be a good opportunity to review our mistakes. We can also be more understanding and empathetic towards ourselves and others. And if you pause and think that the problem is still with the other person, try using more healing language. Using accusatory language often leads people to deny their guilt or engage in defense mechanisms. Accusatory language activates a person's defense mechanism so that they tend to defend the accused behavior. This causes people to ignore the facts, not admit guilt, or evade responsibility. Communicating with empathy and understanding leads to positive interaction instead of blaming language. Expressing problems instead of blaming and adopting a solution-oriented approach encourages people to speak more openly and honestly. In addition to creating a positive communication environment, this makes it easier for people to take responsibility and admit their mistakes. This not only makes you calmer, but also helps to resolve the problem. Calm is always noble and powerful. It also contributes to your self-confidence, because your community will be amazed by your calmness. When you understand people, when you know why they behave the way they do, you become calmer and more peaceful. Because everyone struggles with different challenges even if we don't see them. At the points where our lives intersect, we reflect our difficulties to each other. Actually, everyone has problems with themselves. Keeping a calm and conciliatory attitude will bring peace to you and the people around you. If you have watched this far in the video, I know you will be calmer now. You will be able to solve problems with other people more easily. I thank you for doing this. I look forward to your criticism, supportive comments, and ideas for new content in the comments. I can know that the video has achieved its goal with your likes. Keep improving until the next video. See you soon.